Hello everybody, it looks like we are live. Welcome to Montezuma. The visitor center is closed again today. Currently reading 72 degrees. It's breezy, and I would say breezier than I had expected given the forecast I had read. It's a very sunny day, which could be a problem for us. The visitor center, by the way, is closed because due to a lack of volunteers. We saw that situation last week. And what else did I want to tell you? Well, not much else. I've seen at least a couple eagles, an osprey, well, maybe a few ospreys, a robin or two, swamp sparrow. I think I heard a chipping sparrow. Definitely heard a brown-headed cowbird. What else? Red-winged blackbirds, no surprise there. I believe I saw grackle, song sparrow, swamp sparrow. I may have mentioned that one already. Tree swallows, great blue heron, and I think that's most of it. I did see, as I was just turning in to get to the complex, I did see, while I was still on the highway, a green heron in the air. But so that's, you're just about caught up and up to date. So I have, hold on, I see something up on the trail, or up on the road. I see a robin up ahead, and I believe I believe it's a brown-headed cowbird, and I just heard a song sparrow. So anyway, it's a breezier day than I would have expected. Given the forecast I read, but it is what it is. So anyway, with the visitor center closed, you know, I haven't spoken with anyone inside who might have knowledge as to anything out of the ordinary that has been seen. I believe I just heard a catbird. Yes, gray cat. And maybe some chipmunk. And that may have been a warbling vireo. Oh, what was that? Did I just see something? Hold on. Very sunny day, as I mentioned, and that could be a problem for us if we're looking over long distances, but we'll make the best of it. With this vehicle behind us. It just seems like there's a lot of vocalization from chipmunks. I wonder if something is objectionable nearby. A day like today, I'd rather not leave the sunroof open just because it is so sunny. Now, even though it's breezy, I'm not using the secondary microphone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hearing another catbird. Oh, I did see purple martins also. Forgot about them. may be hearing marsh wrens. I'm not sure. Like it or not, the wind makes it more difficult for me to hear. I just heard a common yellowthroat. Hearing a robin sing a little bit. You know, they don't post anywhere, or at least as far as I know, that the main pool is being drained. And in a way, that's a mistake. Granted, anyone who comes by might be discouraged. Oh, I'm not going to go there if the main pool is drained. But the thing is, if people do come and they don't know, they might think that, you know, that there's a lot less activity than there usually, you know, all the time. Just saw what I believe is a bald eagle. Looks very big, but it's in the distance. But I mean, people might assume that, you know, if they come here, oh, that's how this place always is, and there, you know, is likely to be something of interest, but it might not satisfy a lot of people. And they might just assume that that's how it always is here, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm hearing that common yelp. I don't see it, but I believe, my wire's here, it's somewhere in there. But I don't see it. We're gonna keep moving. Our drive here on Wildlife Drive might be quite short, depending on what we see, if we see much at all. On this side, where I would like to look, the grasses here are just too tall for me to see the areas where I really want to see the water's edge. But I just won't be able to see from here. It's a shame because you never know. Maybe that's where, you know, the place to look for, you know, various birds of the heron family. Yeah, see if I can't see a thing from that side, so just, I guess we'll hug this side. I'm gonna close the other window too for a bit, might as well. Help to block out the wind. Okay, I am pretty sure now that I have been hearing, although not close, marsh wren calls. Yeah, I'm positive now. I'm hearing some more clearly. But again, they're not very close to us. And did I hear a swamp sparrow? I might have. Maybe not. I just heard a swamp sparrow, I'm pretty sure now. Okay, over on this side, things have... Oh, what was that? What was that? Might have been a song sparrow, I'm not sure, but it just landed... I bet that's what it was. Can't see it now. Anyway, over on the right-hand side, I'll lower the window. We do have a great blue heron out there. Not very, very close, but it's there. Hearing the marsh wrens more clearly now. But here is the great blue right here. And right off the bat, I don't see anybody else. Not with the naked eye, anyway. There's a swamp sparrow. Geep. What do I hear? If I'm not mistaken, it's young in a nest, but I'm not sure. Another great blue heron to our right coming up. So far, nothing, not much activity. I mean, even in the channel here, it's not like I've been seeing ducks and not telling you about them. I haven't been seeing anything. Maybe I should look more closely with binoculars at the water's edge. Maybe I'm missing something, but why did that window open? I didn't want that window open. Anyway, through the windshield over here, there's a great blue heron. And I don't see anything else of interest from here. Let me set you down for just a minute. I want to reposition the car a bit. Wait 1 second. Hold on. Okay. That answers that question. What was the question? You don't know. Just want to look back. Oh, what's that? Common gallon oil is within view. Come on, wire. Right over here. But yeah, I just want to look back a little ways. I should have been looking maybe more closely with binoculars, but oh, up ahead, just so you know, I'll show you. It seems like there's more. I think there has been a fair amount of rain, but I may be wrong. But it seems like there's a lot more water than we've been seeing, and that could be a result of rain. Unless they've decided to refill the pool, but I kind of doubt it. Great blue heron is coming by right now. Okay, sorry about that. So we have some vegetation in the way, but we can still try to take a look at this beautiful great blue heron. Okay, we're gonna move on. I don't see anything else I'd like to look at from here, so let me switch cameras back. have to admit the breeze does feel good. It's 72 degrees if you've joined us late, but it's sunny and it gets pretty warm here in the car on a day like today. So that breeze feels pretty good. I guess it should be even warmer tomorrow from what I saw in the forecast. And also a sunny day. I was asked, as I was setting up, some people were talking outside of my car, and I was involved with their conversation a little bit, and I was asked, about the water being drained, and first of all, why is there no water? And I said, they're draining it, and when would they? Then the next question is, when would they refill it? And that I don't know. I'm guessing and hoping that they'll refill things, or allow things to refill, in maybe the late summer in time for migration, but who knows? I don't know. You can see there's some water here. And I have to imagine that's because of, I really doubt they're refilling things, so I have to imagine that's because of just any rainfall that happened in recent days. Yeah, oh, you know what? Shame on me. I know that. There was supposedly a fair amount of rain coming through New York State, and I know it was heading north. I don't know if it really hit Ithaca or not. I don't think it hit all that hard, and but I have a feeling it may have come through the Montezuma area. So this is actually not surprising at all. That's right. It just happened in the last couple days. Oh, something's in the air. Hold on. Looks like it may be eagles, but I'm not sure. Maybe 3? Hey. There's a third one behind them a little bit. Not this closest look, so we're not going to stay with them. The third has veered off and is now heading in the opposite direction. These two are getting a little closer. Maybe we should try to look at them. Maybe not. Okay, let's let them go. So you can see a difference, though, in what's out there. Things had drained before, and you saw essentially what looked like a field of mud. Now there are short grasses out there. My big concern is that short grasses will grow into tall grasses, and even if water comes in and fills things in, the grasses will be above the water line, and if we're talking about waterfowl on the water's surface, we may have a hard time seeing it. It all depends on how things grow. We've seen that kind of thing happen in a number of places. Shocky Pool, for instance, we've seen that, and we've also seen it, although I guess they don't deliberately ever drain the area we look down upon from East Road, it's the Knox Marcellus Marsh. Sometimes when it's been dry, the vegetation has really grown in and prevented good looks of things. This is a song sparrow. We've had good looks at them before, but I don't mind taking a good look at one now if we can. Hey, glad I didn't bother to switch cameras. The thing with this water that we're seeing today, and I'm sure it's going to be, if I had to guess, it's going to be short-lived. It's not going to be around all that long. It's not like, oh, all of a sudden there's good fishing there for herons and other birds. I mean, the fish, vast majority of them were probably killed off by just everything drying up already. So it's not like the fish are gonna come out of nowhere. Great blue heron way out there. I know we're looking quickly, but I'm not seeing really anything out there. If you're wondering why do we bother to come here, it's because there's a decent chance we'll see something. Don't know what, don't know where, might not see anything, but there's a decent chance of it, so that's why it's, worth the effort, I think. By the way, if I did visit the Cornell campus on Tuesday night, and we spent time watching the hawks, the red-tailed hawks. So if you're interested, I did post a video of that, of really much of what we saw. It's a longer video, I have to admit, maybe a little too long, but it did have some interesting footage in it. I hear a killdeer. In my mind, I may be wrong, but it did seem like Big Red was trying to encourage her chicks to act in a certain way. It's a killdeer we're hearing, and it just flew by. I don't know if I see any killdeer on the ground. As I've mentioned last week and other weeks, I'd love to see the chicks. And they may be, I'm sure they're already rapidly maturing. There's a great blue heron we're looking at now. We'll keep going. Hold on, I want to look at something. Okay, never mind. someone walking here along the trail, I see. Looks like he's carrying a camera. I don't know if he's walking for a specific purpose, or maybe he sees something or knows of something and is walking back to see it, or if he's just walking. I'm thinking maybe he's just walking. Look at something with binoculars. Okay, that was nothing. There are some fish still out there. They were just splattering or splashing around just moments ago. Not anymore, but they were. All of a sudden, a number of them were. Oh, it's hard to tell if the color's just washed out, if that's a great blue. I think that's a great blue heron. For a second I thought it might be a great egret, but I believe it's a great blue heron. As I've mentioned before, with distances and certain kinds of lighting, colors can get washed out. And this is bright lighting, long distances, so some kind of white bird just took off. We may take a look. It looks like a tern, but I can't remember if it was here or where, but I've heard of some other terns being around. Not black terns or Caspian terns, but maybe common terns. Hold on, what do I see? Okay, that's a killdeer there. Anybody else? Not that I see. Okay, I want to set you down though, because I just want to look with binoculars. No, it's just the one adult. I don't see any chicks around within view. Okay, let's keep driving. There is an eagle on the ground up ahead. We had seen eagles on the ground in this area last week also, including the one that has either a missing or damaged eye. Oh, I see an eastern kingbird. Give you a quick look. Won't be a good one. We've got vegetation in the way. You can see it in the distance, closer to the water. And I think I may have... Oh, it just took off. I don't know if I heard a second one or not. let's keep going. What is that on the ground? Is that a great blue? As I've mentioned before, with Montezuma, there are always challenges. You're talking long distances, or just the general conditions, what have you. I'm going to, from here, I think what we'll do is I'll switch cameras. We'll take a look at that eagle that's on the ground. We did see it land, and we'll just take a slightly closer look. It's still way out there, and there are one or two other eagles on the ground that maybe we'll have a slightly better look at, and we'll see how this works. How'd the wire get tangled up like that? Huh? Why? I'll be right with you. Okay. Sorry about that. So the eagle I mentioned, well, first, closer to us is that great blue heron. And is that another great blue heron there? It is. Oh, maybe that's what I was seeing. I thought it was an eagle, but, you know, with a naked eye. And, I can see there's still fish out there. Another great blue there. And I think we're gonna, let's move ahead. Concerned about vegetation blocking our view. Alright, let's stop here for a moment, I think. Okay. Always difficult in the car. Great blue heron in the distance. But what is this tern? Is it a Caspian tern or is it something else? My first thought is Caspian. First one we've seen in a bit, if that is a Caspian. It sounds like a Caspian. I don't know what any other terns really sound like. And then there's this bald eagle here. Again, we're looking over very long distances, so it's hard for us to really to get a look at things. Actually, I don't know if it's the Caspian tern that's vocalizing. Over here, let's look at... Oh, there's another one. Okay. You know, I need a moment to look up something. Just want to. So I'm going to leave that like that for a moment. I mean, from a distance, common terns look like that too. So I don't know. Oh, hold on. Closer, I see. I don't know if it's a gull or what I'm seeing. So far, it looks like a gull. I admit, I don't know what kind. Okay, so that's that. We'll look at that eagle one more time. And, well, there are a couple more eagles within view. Let me see if I can get them from here without repositioning everything. So they're right there. And I think we're going to move on. And might as well. Let's look way out there, though. I think everyone took off, by the way, gulls and terns. Yeah, they did. But we'll see if there's anything else out there. Remember, last week we saw the black-necked stilt, but I don't know if it's still around or not. Okay, let's move along. I'm going to leave everything in place. This year we haven't seen, here at Shockey, or not here at Shockey, here at the main pool of Wildlife Drive, we haven't seen nearly as many, birds that we would normally see. We haven't been seeing a lot of pied-billed grebes, for instance, or we have seen some herons, but we haven't been seeing a lot of, other members of the heron family. I have yet to see a bittern of any sort this year. Or, we haven't seen, We have not seen black-crowned night herons, for instance, at all either. So, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, things are different. Shoot, where'd he go? Okay, this eagle is behind us quite a ways. Difficult for me to get. There it is. It's just interesting to watch it as it tries to catch something. And you wonder, we can't tell from here how close it has come to catching a fish. Here in Killdeer. It's difficult in the car. Okay, I think we're gonna move along. Okay. Kind of interesting. Didn't seem to catch anything, but given the way the water is, those fish aren't going anywhere, so it's probably a matter of time, really. And patience. Okay, let's just take a quick, as soon as I can find a clear, this might be as clear as it gets, clear view. Let's look at things from here briefly. As I recall, this was the general area where we saw last week the stilt. And I'm going to take a quick look with binoculars, just see if there's anything that would indicate it's out there. I rather doubt it. There's an adult bald eagle out there. Way out there, or it looks like an adult. Very far. I mean, given the distance and the sunshine and everything, we can't get a good look from here. Not looking right along the ground like we just did. Okay, let's continue. I don't think the stilt's out there, and even if it is, we wouldn't get a good look from here. Especially on a day like today. I was thinking about the stilt last week, and you know, when we were looking at it, it probably hurt things that we're basically just a little bit above, you know, where it was in terms of elevation. So, you know, we probably, you know, over much of the line of sight, if you think about it, we had, you know, we had the interference of the heat shimmer that we get, even though it was a cloudy day. If we had been looking down from some area, you know, maybe a fair amount of the line of sight would have been not so close to the ground. So it might have been a little clearer. Hold on, what do I see in the air? Great blue heron. And I am hearing some killdeer around there somewhere, but I'm not seeing any. Okay, let's keep going. So, I mean, let's face it, not our most exciting visit to Wildlife Drive. Like I had kind of indicated before, I didn't expect it to be. But you never know, we might see something of real interest. It was interesting to see the eagle, just, you know, as it was trying to catch a fish. Eventually kind of gave up. everything is really dry in the main pool, but if you look to our right, the channel is actually fuller than normal. So I mean, there's no doubt the area has received water. It's just that because they're draining the pool, everything looks like we're under drought conditions. I'm hearing some red-winged blackbirds. Oh, they just took off. Okay. Sorry. Hearing a song sparrow, maybe a swamp sparrow. Maybe a marsh wren. Definitely heard a marsh wren. Let me just look around with binoculars a little bit. Appreciate your patience. I believe I may have just heard a common yellowthroat also. Can't say I would mind a good long look at a marsh wren. Hint, hint. Hold on, what do I see? I see a common gallinule right down in here. See if I can see any of the marsh wrens that are vocalizing. As usual, the answer is no. See a barn swallow, but I've seen tree swallows today. You just wonder sometimes, I mean, birds as similar as barn swallows and tree swallows. I mean, I don't know all the particulars about each species. I see a couple of great egrets up ahead, at least two. I don't know if there are more than that. But anyway, you wonder why on a day like today do we see, and I'm seeing tree swallows, not huge numbers, but fair numbers of them, yet not a single barn swallow. What is it about today that's different? Heron in the distance on the right, but we'll look at the egrets, the two great egrets that are here on the left. They're not very close, but we'll take a look anyway. There's one. And the other is over here. But as I said, they're not very close, so we're going to keep moving. Beautiful birds. But, you know, as much as I enjoy seeing them, this kind of light, not really. Looks like I see a couple mallards who are over here, snoozing. I saw a mallard from home earlier today. It was just in the middle of a grassy area. Just resting on the ground. That may have been a swamp sparrow we just heard. Okay, we might as well switch cameras, I think. Continue to hear marsh wrens. Quite a, a number of them. Stop and take a look. Hold on one second. See something. It might not even be a bird. I want to look at it with the scope. I'll be right with you. No, it's not a bird. I think it's a plant leaf of some sort, but I may be wrong. Anyway, we'll keep moving. just saw, yes, a starling in the air. I'll bet there are more in this area. There usually are. Common grackle. So you can see grasses are high on both sides of the road here, so it makes for difficult viewing. Just heard common yellowthroat again. Song sparrow. You know what I think I need is, you know, one of those monster pickups with really, really tall, huge wheels, suspended well off the ground. Get everything high enough so that I can see above these grasses. There is a great blue heron in the channel to my left. I'm not seeing anything else. It did just catch a fish though. Just have the side window open just to cool things off in here. Sorry, we're just inching along because I'm trying to look at the other side of the channel to our left through the grasses just to see if there's anything of interest there. And I'm just doing it slowly because if there is anything there, you're going to need a good close look to find it. maybe I'm wasting our time. I'm sorry. I don't know. As I've said before, I mean, with bird watching, you know, there's always the very real possibility, even if you're seeing something great, you're missing something great elsewhere. You know, I was just thinking, I mentioned the possible issue with vegetation, you know, growing above the water line once the pool, and being above the water line once the pool is refilled. And, you know, it's a very real possibility. But there's a potential benefit. Maybe we wouldn't be able to see the, you know, the waterfowl as readily, assuming they even go there in the fall. But I imagine it's the kind of habitat what just flew behind me? I imagine it's the kind of habitat that you know, northern harriers appreciate. We see them flying over, you know, the grassy area, so you never know. Maybe we would get to see them more in the future. I really don't know. And in more areas. Gotta look for the silver lining, you know? Just looking here. I'm sorry I'm not showing you much, but I'm not seeing much either. So you're pretty much stuck with the forward view. A little bit of a clearing here, but really nothing to see. I don't know who's doing that peeping. It might be a frog. Or two. That's my guess. Even ducks today. I mean, we saw, what, 2 mallards and that's it? I wouldn't be surprised if we see more up ahead, just because of the patterns we've observed over the year, actually. I get the feeling, I may be wrong, but I get the feeling they either cannot or just don't feel the need to drain this channel that we're looking at, this area that runs along the road here. Maybe I'm wrong. Although there's more water out here. But maybe they don't drain everything. Maybe they just, cut off a main supply, or I don't know. And just, leave it be. My point is, maybe they're not adamant about getting every single drop of water out of the pool. I don't know. Kind of doubt it. Is that a crane by any chance? Probably not. Oh, I think it might be. It is. That looks like a sandhill crane. Good to see it. Okay. Cool. I don't think we'll see any more here, but you never know. Now we might see some elsewhere, but I doubt we'll be seeing any here. But you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprising to me if a drained pool is a little bit more to the liking of sandhill cranes. You know, with some water around, but not a lot. You know, you don't usually see sandhill cranes in deep water. You see them in shallow water or marshy areas or whatever. So this looks like a mallard. And she has two ducklings right there. Cute. Very cute. The grasses are making it difficult for us to see. And you know, I'm going to switch cameras because we need a better look. Just at everything. The lighting's always tough here. There's not much to see, but we'll try to take a look anyway. Okay? Okay. Where are the ducks? There they are. So she has ducklings there, but difficult for us to see right now. And they seem to be young ones, but now I can't see any of them. Let's look out at some of the other areas too, see if there's anything else out there of interest. Maybe not. Not much going on. Okay, let's move forward a little bit. Maybe we'll get a view somehow of those ducklings. Won't be a great view because of the lighting, but it's worth a try. Well, the grasses are really hiding things, so maybe we'll have to kind of give up. We just see a little bit of movement back there, but we're not getting a good look, so I think we're going to move along. Double check something out here. We already looked here. Okay, there's nothing there. I'm going to leave everything in place. Those ducklings did appear young, so wouldn't be surprised if they just hatched, well, I don't know when exactly, but the last few days maybe. You know, it's obviously, as I mentioned, and as you can see, it's a sunny day, and that often causes problems for us, but I think our bigger problem here today has just been a lack of birds to see. Hold on a second. Is that something? Yeah. It's promising, though. Okay. Here. Some sort of ducks, I'm not sure what. I'm going to lighten it up, maybe that'll help us. But I'm still unsure. I'm guessing mallard, though. Okay, let's keep going. There are some ducks in water near us. We'll take a look. I think they're mallards also. Look like it. Kind of looks like something, but it's not. There's a turtle there. A few more ducks here. I don't know if I'll get a line of sight or not. There are maybe 4 of them. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look for a clearer line of sight. Oh, they're gadwalls. I'll lighten it up so you can see a little better. So there's 4 of them there total. Good to see them. Okay, let's keep going. I was thinking we might see gadwalls because, I mean, we often see them in this stretch. Maybe not in huge numbers, but we see them. Great blue heron here. Now you're looking at that a little bit. I'm going to look with binoculars in the distance. Yeah, nothing out there. Okay, let's keep moving. binoculars, I don't believe there's anything really around. No? Okay, let's keep going. Now we've traveled through here faster than we normally do because we're not seeing much that's really stopping us. And that's important too. If you go bird watching, over the course, and you only have, let's say, a day to do it, you have to realize when some areas just aren't good for whatever reason. Where am I looking here? Oh. So who's that? I saw something here. It's a Canada goose. And there may be more. Yes, there are more. First Canada geese we've seen. That I believe is a mallard, and there are more Canada geese over here. You can see they're young, but they're really reaching that adult coloration. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras, might as well. See a couple more ducks. I think they're mallards. Here. Okay, it's nothing. Okay, so again, not our most exciting visit here. Maybe even less exciting than last week. As I said, there's always a chance we'll see something that makes a visit here, and this is true of any area, but a visit here worthwhile. Maybe we see a bird that we rarely get to see ourselves. Hold on a second, who's that? Song sparrow, okay. Stay away from the road. Great blue heron in the air. We've had other visits, this year included, when we've spent hours just in that first stretch of Wildlife Drive. Today, not so much. terms of seeing birds here, summer can be tough. It all depends. Tough to beat the migration seasons here. I believe I just heard a yellow warbler. Although I may be wrong. Okay, but that's it for Wildlife Drive, everybody. Have better luck anywhere else? I don't know. I can only hope. Extended arm. There may be more in the nest, but I don't know. Can't see them. And drive as we often have, just to see if there's any activity of interest to us. Hearing house sparrows. And sorry about the wind. Seeing anything right off the bat of interest. I see a crow. No birds of prey within view. I think we'll turn right around. I saw something, but it dropped out of view. Okay, let's turn around. Waste of time, yes, but Some turkeys. Good to see you, turkeys. But they're not very close, and they're kind of covered by the grasses, so let's keep moving. We haven't been seeing anything in these cornfields that are up ahead of us. And that's, you might say, well, okay, why do we keep coming this way? Not only is it the standard, well, we might see something, but it's more than that. It's the road getting here. The various fields here sometimes have something like those turkeys or something else, so it ends up being worth it. Turn around this way for a change. So nothing down here that I see. See if we can have a look at something interesting there. You never know. Almost, day like today, not seeing much, you wonder maybe it would be better to spend time, more time at Sapsucker Woods. There's a good argument for that. Or go elsewhere. There are other locations too, of course. My problem is, go to those places, fine, and then I'll wonder, what am I missing at Montezuma? Yes, it was. Okay. I see a couple of crows on the ground. Like I said, it's been breezier here than I had anticipated. It didn't seem like it would be all that windy, given the forecast I saw earlier today. The water down there. It's early yet. I mean, it's June, and things could still, obviously dry up. But it's just a promising sign for the coming migration. migration in the fall. Okay. I'll say this, with the naked eye, I'm not seeing anything down there. Maybe a great blue heron. And I'm hearing, I think, a couple of, I believe I heard a couple of common yellowfins. And there are at least 2 or 3 great blue herons. 2 of them are in flight right now. Let me give you a look. And there's one, I saw one already on the ground. And I did see a white bird in flight. I don't know what it was. It may have been an egret, but I don't know. You can see, though, I mean, not much going on. You don't see huge flocks of birds, and wouldn't expect to see them, but we've seen in, prior years where there have been, let's say, quite a few great blue herons and great egrets, but we're just not seeing that yet this year. If maybe we won't see it at all. Okay, I'm going to have a look at things with binoculars. Just bear with me. I do see a bird in flight. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a duck, but I'm not sure. It looks like it. Okay. I do see a great egret. We'll take a look and see if we can see that duck or whatever it was. It may not have been a duck, but and we may not stay here really at all. Not seeing much, so maybe it's not worth it. It was a wood duck. Okay, I can't get a good look at it, but I could tell it was a wood duck. Let me just look a little bit more from here with binoculars. I may have just heard a pied-billed grebe. Okay. And okay, there are 2 egrets here. I can't get a good look at either one, but I can see them. rather than bore you with just a close-up look of nothing, we're going to move on. There's not much here to see, really. We'll take one more look from up ahead, and you know, in that area where weeks ago we saw the sandhill crane nest. I'm not saying they're right there, but that's a good place for them to hide. So maybe if anyone's hiding, maybe we'll see them, but I'm doubtful. Stop here for a moment and just look at binoculars. There's a car up ahead, and I wonder if they're looking also for, well, who knows what, but... Oh, wait, what do I see? Not Sandhill Crane, but something else in flight. I don't know what that was. It's out of my sight, but I don't know what it was. It may have been a duck. It may have been... Oh, and I see a couple black terns. Few Canada geese, 4 or 5. Well, I think we're out of here. Not much going on. Disappointing, to be sure. Unless the people up ahead in that car see something that we're not seeing, which is very possible. Just heard a swamp sparrow? No, that was a song sparrow. I do want to look at something, so let's switch cameras for a moment and take a look. I can find it with this camera. Hold on a second. Great blue heron, but I'm not sure. So that's just looking the other way. It looked very... No, that's a For a second I thought it was a great blue heron looking away from us, but it looks like an American coot, actually. Okay. There are great egrets, at least 3 of them down in this area here. Like I said, we're not seeing much here today. Just hoping that maybe we get a look at the sandhill cranes we saw weeks ago, but we just haven't seen them. Either I've been looking poorly or our luck has just been bad. Wait a second. Oh. Nope. That's a deer. I saw the, a different color than, more tan than a great blue heron would have. And I thought, oh, maybe, and no. I'd say it's time to move on. Okay, let's move on. I had happened to see something. Probably it for East Road. Although I just saw a yellow warbler, at least I believe it was. American goldfinch. Couple of them. Okay. Ospreys. Well, I can see them, but I can't see much activity just because of the way they're in the nest, so we're going to keep going. robin, and I hear tree swallows. And there's another robin on the road. Get off the road. I just heard a vireo, a warbling vireo, maybe? Maybe not. Just heard what I believe is a yellow warbler. And I see an osprey. Wait. Yes, osprey. In the air. No red-headed woodpeckers, just saw a starling. Gray catbird. You can hear it, can't see it. Everyone's been quiet today. I mean, we've heard some singing, but it's been pretty quiet. We haven't discussed it, but we, I believe, are in the middle of the molting season, by the way, for Canada geese. I know in my own travels, I have not been seeing many. And I believe that's because of the molting, and you know, if they have to fly to an area, well, they just don't go there now this time of year. I believe they stay near water where, you know, they would want to be at night anyway. Red-winged blackbird. High above, I see bald eagle, immature. That vocalization we're hearing now, that's a robin. We'll do as we have been doing, and that is I'll pull over up ahead, take a walk out on the platform, see if there's anything worth seeing. And if there is, I'll come and get all the gear and we'll go take a look. But if not, we'll move on. So park right here. Get one or two things with me, and I'll go take a look and see if there's anything that we want to go see together. Don't want to forget my hat. It's important to wear a hat. Okay, you're back. Hardly anything worth mentioning. I saw a great blue heron in the air, and I may have heard a marsh wren, maybe, and a few tree swallows, and that is essentially it. Really nothing else. Not a single, I didn't see any birds on the water at all. So we're moving on. Disappointing. is, we're heading to Shockey Pool now. Probably going to be our last stop here. And then I'll head back to Ithaca, I think. There are some people on the tower. A couple of them, but they don't look like they're really looking at anything. They don't, as far as I can tell, they don't have any equipment, any cameras or anything like that. Okay, I need a few minutes to get us set so we can walk up to the tower. If you'll bear with me. Oh, I take it back. The gentleman up there has binoculars around his neck. He's not using them, but... Well, got hot in here in a hurry. Oh, come on, wires. It's going to be breezy up there, as it's been breezy all day, so it may be tough for you to hear me, and things might shake a little bit, but we'll make do. Okay, I think I just heard a yellow warbler. We're getting there. Berries, have a sip of water. I've now seen 4 great blue herons since I arrived. Maybe a 5th right now. One's flying right by us. Okay, I think I have everything we need. think it was a song sparrow. As I said, it's windy. I mean, all of a sudden, I can't remember the wind speeds that were forecast, but it's a constant wind. Maybe unenjoyable up here at the top. Hello. Wow. That wind is not going to be fun, I'm sorry. I just heard a marsh wren. I thought I saw something land. I don't know what it might be. I see a great blue heron on the ground. Oh, it's a great blue heron that I saw land. Okay. This wind is going to be annoying. As usual. Probably not going to end up being here all that long, if I had to guess. I don't see the swans. Not yet, anyway. Great egret. I think I see a black tern also. I may be hearing a common gallinule. Here and there. There's plenty of water here, at least I believe there is. It's just a matter of the vegetation being high and, you know, blocking our view of the water's surface. See black terns well out there. Okay, I'm gonna maybe focus you on something, and then I'm gonna look around with binoculars. There's really, from what I've seen so far, not much activity, so maybe we won't stay here and I'll just head to Ithaca that much sooner. It's an osprey. Wind is bothering me in terms of pushing the camera around a little bit, especially when we're zoomed well out. You know, I don't want any shaking, and it's pushing the whole setup. Got greedy. Camera strap is driving me nuts. Hold on one second here. Ends up getting loose and then flying right in my face. Sustained wind. I wonder why it's so dark. That's better. Like a great egret and a great blue heron out there, way out there. Sorry, the wind is shaking things, and with that kind of magnification, that's what happens. But you know, there's really not much going on here. Maybe it's time to pack up and head back. I don't even see eagle activity. But I'm going to leave the camera there. Let me look around with binoculars. see much point in staying. I think we're gonna pack up and head back to Ithaca. Not much going on here. It's windy, so the conditions aren't very good. I may make a stop on the way back. There's a chance I will. So I think maybe 20 after 5 would be a rough estimate. Okay, so I think maybe 20 after 5. Okay, everybody. I will see you later. Bye-bye.